Hi guys, I'm Howie with Hobie, and I'm going to show you how to install the compass-specific anchor trolley kit on your Mirage compass. Once the anchor trolley is installed on your compass, you'll be able to anchor the kayak in any depth of water and fix the position of your kayak just how you like it in relation to current and wind. The anchor trolley kit can install on either the left or the right side of the boat, so take note of which side you prefer to land a fish on before you start doing the install. I prefer usually landing the fish on the left-hand side of the boat or the port side of the boat, so when I have gear out, I'd prefer it to be on the right-hand or starboard side of the boat. Anchor trolley kits typically come with a little bit more line than you'll need for the install, so I've gone ahead and untied one end from the ring and separated the pulleys from the line, just so it's a little bit easier to install. So I've removed the pulleys that come with the anchor trolley kit from the anchor trolley line, and I'm gonna position them about 12 inches from both the bow and the stern. And you want the big side of the pulley to face the center of the boat. So if it's oriented that way, you won't get the benefit of the pulley. You've got to make sure that the pulley aspect is facing the inside and toward the center line of the boat. When you're installing any of the components that come with the anchor trolley kit, be sure that you're installing these things well above the water line. I like to take a smaller drill bit that fits into the center of these holes just to mark small pilots that I'm going to come back with and drill with a 3/8 bit. So I put a small pilot there, small pilot at the rear hole, and then I'm going to come back, drill these out with a 3/8 so I can install the pulleys using these well nut assemblies. The shorter well nut assembly will go at the back of the pulley. Washer to back it. Well nut threaded on. And again, making sure that the pulley is facing the middle of the boat. These well nuts will take about 25 turns to come tight. So set the drill to a soft clutch, and you'll go until the clutch engages on a soft clutch, and then while you'll want to be sure not to over tighten the well nuts, once the install is complete, you'll want to be sure to kind of weight test and pull on the anchor trolley lines to make sure there's no movement in the well nut installation. Give it a nice firm push and thread the screw into the well nut, and the back of the well nut will actually expand and sort of lock and act as an anchor on the inside of the boat. Again, orienting the cheek block pulley with the pulley facing the center of the boat. I'm going to mark my pilots and then continue to do the rest of the install on this cheek block pulley up in the bow area of the kayak. So about 12 inches back from the apex of the bow. I'm just going to mark my pilot holes here. And then I'm going to come back with the 3/8 and drill my holes to install the well nuts. Pulleys facing the center of the boat. Insert the well nuts. Push firmly on the well nuts, and don't forget to turn your drill to a soft clutch. So we're going to tighten this one up. And then tighten the second one up. This shock cord and ring assembly that comes as part of the anchor trolley kit needs to travel along the bottom trajectory of the install. So I suggest mocking it up first and then threading your line through the pulleys. Going up and over this pulley, I'm going to come all the way back to the stern, go over the top of the pulley and under. Put the anchor trolley line through the ring. Pull it nice and tight. This line will stretch a little bit, so you can pre-stretch it by giving it a nice firm pull. As you're securing the line to the free ring, I'd suggest positioning the anchor trolley kit on top of the kayak. This will give you a little bit more room when tying the knot, and it'll allow the lines to be a little more taut once you move them down below to rest on the pad eyes. So I've got it just about where it's taut, and I'm going to trim the line with a few inches of excess left to tie with. So I'll trim it there and melt the end here so it doesn't fray. A little bit of electrical tape might work too, but this is the best solution. When you tie your arbor knot, which is specified in the instruction manual for the kit, this bulb on the end here is going to help the knot stick. So first you want to tie just a regular overhand knot here and bring it right up against this little bulb that you created by melting the line. I'm going to take the aft end of this, and I'm going to stretch out the shock cord just enough to give me a little bit of space to tie with. Let it slip down and come tight. And then you're ready for the next phase of your installation. Installing these two well nut assemblies with the eyelet posts on top to act as guides for the trolley line. Ideal positioning for these well nut and eyelet post assemblies is about 2 inches below either end of the paddle groove. So I'm going to kind of use this point here in the paddle groove as a guideline, and then move just below this line here, still again making sure that I'm well above the water line. Again, using the distal end of the paddle groove as a guideline, I'm going to kind of put my drill bit there, move down just below this line here, and create my 3/8 holes. This will allow the trolley line to travel below where your paddle sits in the groove. One there, one just below the forward end of the paddle groove. Setting my drill to a soft clutch, and give this a nice firm push, and it's going to take about 25 turns to come tight. Go ahead and tuck your trolley line below that. And this will allow your paddle to sit just like it's meant to sit in the groove here. For those of you that feel comfortable accessing either of the eyelet posts below the paddle groove that you've already installed, you can use that as a tie-off point to fix the anchor trolley line. Simply take one wrap around and it'll lock the line in place. Unwrap it, and your anchor trolley moves freely, fore and aft. If you want a tie-off point inside the cockpit, this is going to be the final step of your installation. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for future installation videos on our YouTube channel, or visit the support page on Hobie.com.